Hey guys, I'm Taya Myers, and welcome back to 300 Seconds of Science. Today I'm here to talk about physics. No, wait, I mean music. Hello again. This episode of 300 Seconds is about a property within physics, and that's music. Some of you may not know that music is a combination of sound waves. No, not ocean waves, sound waves. These are the variation or perception of waves through vibration.
With a tuning fork. When the fork is struck, its prongs begin to vibrate. These vibrations set up invisible waves in the surrounding air.
The vibration of waves are perceived by a receptor, which is an object that receives sound. Vibrations are formed when pressure moves an object back and forth. They can also travel through mediums such as air.
Sound waves of just the right pitch will shatter this goblet. Higher, higher, now there. Sound waves vibrating thousands of times a second broke this glass.
There are two classifications of waves. The first is transverse and the other is longitudinal. Sound waves are an example of longitudinal waves. They are parallel to the direction of motion. Well, physics explains how these special kind of waves called standing waves are created in vibrating strings.
The speed with which sound waves move depends upon the medium through which they pass.
This study of music goes way back to the Greek philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras. He created the first musical scale in Western music over 2,000 years ago. Can you imagine? Without this discovery, we'd still be plucking strings at random. Pythagoras' ideas are the basis for modern music theory. Since then, many physicists have conducted theories of sound and waves. His theory consisted of the musical scale called the Pythagorean Scale. This scale was built around Pythagoras' discovery of the C and D notes. He saw that the C note had an interval 4/3 above the D, while the G note was 3/2 steps above the C.
That's a performance of a lifetime.
You might be wondering if there's a simpler way to get from the C note to the D. Well, Pythagoras found a way. The distance between the C and the D note is 9/8 steps. That means that the C and D note are a whole step apart. He named this find the Pythagorean tone.
First, we hear the sound of middle C. Next, we hear G below middle C.
You may be wondering where we can find any evidence that physics and music are related. Well, look no further than our musical instruments. Wave properties such as interference, superposition, reflection, standing waves, and harmonics are vital in explaining how music instruments work. Sound is well understood in the terms of physics, but there is a wide scope in the investigation for sound perception. All of this knowledge is going to help you understand how we perceive sound and all of its various properties. Our ears are the most important reason of why we can hear things, specifically the bones in our ears. Inside of the human ear is a peripheral auditory system. This system includes the pinna, basilar membrane, and the ossicular chain. Each of these pieces help focus sound into the brain, while the pinna acts like a funnel that focuses sound into the ear canal. Then you have the ossicular chain, which is literally made up of 3 tiny bones called the anvil, the stirrup, and the hammer. I know, right? Those are some funky names, but I promise you, I didn't make them.
Sound waves are amplified some 30 times as they are conducted into the inner ear.
Anyway, those 3 bones help amplify sound that goes straight to the ear. From there, the basilar membrane converts sound into electrochemical vibrations. This may seem like a lot of work, but our brain does it all the time. When you hear different sounds, some louder than others, your brain has a hard time telling them apart. Aside from that, I really want you all to know that the human voice and the ear have been extensively studied using physics. I am so excited to see where physics can take us. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. My name's Taya Myers, and that was 300 Seconds of Science. So go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.